Hey YouTube. This is one like Damian Moody, also known as Kashmir Master or Red Ron Hood. It is currently um 1:17 a.m. and I am still up. To be honest, I just wanted to get on YouTube and do a video speaking about some things that I probably haven't talked about in a long time. Y'all know usually I get on here and talk about life experiences and stuff I was going through. And as y'all know, I'm just start off with this. As y'all know, back in 2019, um, back in 2019, like before then, I was living at the old house. Y'all already know what the old house is on Belly Street. Um, with my sister and my niece. My niece usually would be with my mom, or she'd be at school. And my sister, she barely was home because she worked around the corner. She used to do home health aid for this lady that lived around the corner from us. And um, like I said, she is always over there, so she is barely home. I usually would be at home by myself. Um, it's gotten to a point where we had my cousins living over there. My my brother who in the Navy, my brother Little, who's in the Navy, he had this girlfriend that lived across the street. He was bringing her over there. Then he eventually left and moved back with my mom until he went to the Navy, and I decided to stay on Belly Street because there was just a lot going on, and I had my feelings about things. Other people had their feelings about things, so I just had. I just wanted to stay on Belly Street because I wanted my own personal space. Little did I know it was going to be a struggle because I was battling trying to keep my SSI on, battling trying to keep my food stamps on, trying to make it to doctor appointments, and so much going on throughout the years, moving back and forth because I wasn't getting along with my sisters. So I ended up spending time with my mom, and then stuff had started happening. So now I'm back on Belly Street. It was so much going to fuck on. And then it's like at the end of the day, um, I'm not gonna lie, during that time, it was a struggle because couldn't nobody come up with rules. Nobody could come up with final decisions. You got me, my sister, and one of my brothers, and my niece. Then eventually my brother could move. I mean, my brother he leaves. Now it's just me, my sister, and my niece. And by that time, I was a bit irritated because I just felt like I was the only one doing shit. Nobody else is helping out. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing. And it's like it's three different people. I mean, no, one minute was three, now it's two. Even when my cousins was living there for some time, it was crazy. Like it would get to a point where I didn't have no money, so I'm asking people for a couple of dollars, asking to get some food and shit. And I would come downstairs and the food that I had ordered for me would be eight or getting eight, and I'll be irritated because I'll try to be a nice person because I don't know what people's situation is and stuff like that. I'll stay to myself, so I ain't got time to be all kumbaya and buddy click tight with people asking, oh, what happened, la la la. If you decide to spill the beans, do you? I got my own damn problems. By that time, I'm like in my 20s. I'm like in my early to mid 20s at that time. So I had my own fair share of problems. I didn't care about nobody else shit going on. But it just got to a point where it's like everybody want to make rules, but I'm the only one doing stuff. I'm calling Pico to keep the electricity on. No one want to help to turn the hot water on. Nobody want to help do this. Nobody want to help do that. And I said, well, look, I'm not about to be the only one doing shit. It's too many people in this crib. I shouldn't have to call this person to ask them for help on this or call that person for that. No. It's several adults in this goddamn house, and I ain't gonna be the one doing everything. And when shit goes down, then everybody looking at me. It's to the point where motherfuckers have their own food stamps, and when I get my money, I get some for me, and then I end up sharing with the whole goddamn house. And then my cousins who was living there at the time, they get their shit and they go in the front room and won't offer nobody none, won't share nobody shit. And this is not the bash nobody, whatever the case may be. I'll just decide to talk about the shit that I went through and be honest, because that's what I do. I just talk about life experiences and how I got over it. I don't have no beef with nobody. This just me talk about my life and what I went through and being honest with what I went through. Um, but yeah, I'm like when me and my sister go to the Chinese store, she would ask me did I want to get shit for anybody, and I was the type like I gotta feed myself. Ain't nobody else helping me out. I gotta feed myself. I'm sitting over here hungry for days waiting for this SSI check to come on or for food stamps to come on. Nobody really offering me shit. There are days everybody eating and smacking and snacking them out damn face, and ain't nobody like, oh, do you want a cookie? So I had to worry about myself. It was to the point where I was asking my mom for a couple of dollars if I could get some pizza order or a cheesesteak or something. So it was really a damn struggle. It was even to the point where it's like my SSI fell, my food stamps fell, the electricity went off. It just went down, and I stayed in the house by myself for days with nothing. I pretty much was drinking shower water. I was like when it was light outside, I would go upstairs and drink the shower water just to have something in my belly. Cause ain't no telling if my sister was gonna come around the corner and ask me to go to the Chinese store or when we was gonna get some food or whatever the case may be. I didn't know, and I wasn't walking around the corner because she pretty much was at work. So I'll just wait and see if anybody was gonna come home. They came home. If they didn't, they didn't. And it just got to a point where it was even to a point where I didn't know how I was going to get certain places. So I mean, so much was happening. Then it got to a point, and then I feel like that's actually one of the main reasons why I went to Delaware. It got to a point where so much shit was happening, I didn't agree with it, and I didn't told y'all about the Delaware story plenty of times. One of the main reasons why I went to Delaware is because I just wasn't happy. I just wanted to get out the house. I wanted to get away, and I just wanted to forget about whatever the hell was going on Belly Street. And every chance I was able to get out the house, I took it. At the time, I wasn't thinking about, oh, why, I mean, why are you going to Delaware and this happened and that happened. Um, and like I told y'all, I wasn't talking to nobody before I went to Delaware. I wasn't talking to my cousin. I wasn't talking to our baby father. I had his mom on Facebook and and a friend of theirs or whatever on Facebook. They're the only two. And his mom, although I had her on Facebook, we never really talked on Facebook unless I think she might have hit me up a few times because me, my cousin, her baby father got in arguments, and I just went to rambling, and she didn't seen some of my videos and pretty much was telling me to keep certain stuff out of it. But other than that, I just got to a point where I didn't even care. Like once you do me wrong, I'm ranting on everybody. Um, I could say I clearly wasn't thinking. Like at that time, all I was thinking was it was dark as hell in the house. Um, yep, it was dark as hell in the house. And when my cousin's mother-in-law at the time, her baby father's mom, when she came to pick me up, she thought everybody was asleep, so she pulled off. And I think she had texted me on Facebook. And I was like, oh shit, no, I wasn't asleep. I ain't never see nobody pull up because she had a daughter that lived on 22nd and Lehigh at the time. So that's why during that time when me and my cousins and them wasn't talking, I was like, well, can somebody bring my belongings? I'm like, well, since she goes to go see her daughter not too far from where I live at, maybe she could bring my belongings, but that's a whole nother story. Um, so yeah, I went through the Delaware bullshit. That happened. Then it got to the point where after I stopped going to Delaware, shit just got worse and worse and worse. Depression, anxiety, not knowing what the fuck was going to go down, why my name was put in shit that had nothing to do with me. Then dealing with Belly Street still and not wanting to be there and shit like that. So it was 17, 18, 19. Then by I believe it was October. Yep, by October 2019, that's when I moved to West Philly with my aunt Trina, my uncle Albert, and my cousins. Um, to be honest, I didn't want to go to West Philly at all. I mean, I didn't mind going over there every now and then to spend time with my aunt Trina, see my uncle Albert, and see my cousins because living all the way in North Philly, you don't get to see everybody unless it's like a family event or something and people come and attend. But other than that, I don't really see everybody as much as I was used to, like in my teenage years and my childhood years. So yeah, I didn't mind going over there, spend some time, as long as I know, all right, after I done spent that time, I could dip and go back to my comfort zone. But now this time, my sister had so many different plans in her head. I didn't know what the fuck was going on because some people said one thing and then do a whole nother. So 1 minute we at a hotel because I got my SSI. Sadly, I had spent half of my SSI on a damn hotel that's about 300, 400 fucking dollars. And then the crazy thing about it is, around the same time, I'm pissed off because my sister, she didn't got money from work. And now I'm assed out because my check is going low and we only in the hotel for about 3 goddamn days. And I spent majority of it on the hotel, plus eating, going to Wawa every night while we at the hotel because I didn't know where else to go to get something to eat. So while I was taking up the money plus the damn hotel, then getting on the bus, going places and living whatever else going damn places, even going to her job to go pick up her goddamn check that she didn't did whatever she wanted to do with. So that really pissed me off because now by the time I get to West Philly, I ain't got shit. Plus, I had to give the rest of my last couple of dollars I had to give to my sister because she wanted to go back to North Philly, and I should have known something was up. I knew Shane wanted to stay there. I should have known something was up. By the next morning, her and my niece is escaping, and I'm just stuck. So I'm like, well, I don't want to stay here. I'm like, well, let me go back to North Philly because I got a whole bunch of clothes that I left at the house, and I ain't got shit to wear. She told him no, cause you going. She like no, cause you gonna be in the way, and plus I ain't gonna be there. I got work, and well, she's like she got work, and my niece got school. So I should have known that meant that your ass ain't want to stay in West Philly. You was leaving me, and once my aunt said we could stay there, you was like, all right, well, Damien got somewhere to go. Now I got to worry about me and such and such. I hate West Philly. I did not want to be there at all. I didn't even want to live there. It was already bad enough my aunt had a lot of people. She is her, my uncle. One cousin got a room with her son. Another cousin got a room because he was on house arrest at the time, and then most of the time his kids come over. Then another son sleeps downstairs in the living room. He on one couch, I'm on the other. Then eventually, I guess it was too many people for him, so he ended up moving out. Then I'm down there by myself up until my uncle. I mean, I'm in the living room. He's in the dining room. Then it's like I'm used to being able to talk on the phone, talk to friends, be on social media, shit like that with my luggage, with the things I had me, my sister, I don't know what the fuck then happened to that laptop. Cause I know for sure when we was at the hotel, I had a whole laptop. That laptop then disappeared. Majority of my clothes then disappeared. By the time I got to my aunt house, I ain't really have nothing. I don't even know if we had two suitcases because my sister done left the suitcase and majority of my stuff wasn't in there. So I don't know what the hell happened. And I know good and damn well I didn't leave my laptop at the hotel or at the shelter that she tried to take us to. So yeah, I end up living in West Philly, and it was cool in the be like it was okay in the beginning, but when you in the house for a lot of people and everybody got their own different personalities and attitudes and shit like that. Me personally, I felt like okay when let's just say that I had my own crib or whatever the case may be, and I come over there, everybody all hey, what's up, hugs, la la la. But now that I'm living there, every single day you may not get that hey what's up hugs and shit like that. Everybody got different attitudes, everybody going through their own shit. So one minute everybody come by y'all dancing around having a good time, then next minute now you fussing with this person, you fussing with that person, you arguing with that person, this person threatening to fight you for whatever reason. And I was looking at it like, okay, this shit ain't cool because I remember plenty of times where I had to share rooms I had with certain people, and I ain't pick fights with them and treat them like shit. Oh, I don't want y'all in my room. I need my personal space. There's times that I had to get up, get ready for school, and step over people because somebody was sleeping on the floor right in front of my bed. I'm tripping over people, moving their clothes out my way so I could get my clothes to get ready for school. Or I go downstairs and the living room is filled with people and I barely could see what the hell I'm doing because everybody sleep. And then if I turn the light on or be too loud, them motherfuckers is complaining. But then now it's 2019, I'm living with my aunt in a house full of people. Everybody else could do whatever they want, but when it come to me, it's like a damn child with rules. It was like one person talk some I'm too loud while I'm on the phone talking, because now they want to go to sleep, talk about something they got work the next morning, but you're over here playing YouTube, and I'm just as loud as the damn phone. Then people upstairs they instigate and talk about some. They hear me all the way upstairs. I'm too loud. Then then it's like motherfuckers don't want to hear certain conversations. They could talk about all willy nilly shit. Like it was just a lot that made me very uncomfortable. Don't get me wrong. We had our fun. We did a lot of activities together, dancing around, having house parties, cooking, cleaning, going out when we could, all types of shit. But to be honest, West Philly was the fucking worst. It was the worst. And the only time it was fun because everybody had PUA. Once that PUA and stimulus was over, I swear, I appreciated my aunt for allowing me to stay over there during that time and shit like that, and me spending time with my aunt, uncle, and cousins. But majority of the time, my cousins got the fuck on my nerves, and they would instigate because they already knew by doing certain stuff, it would get my aunt angry and snapping out on everybody in the damn house. And they was motherfucking lazy. I ain't never gonna lie. They like she would ask them to do shit. They'd make excuses on why they didn't want to or why they wasn't, and then I would end up having to do it. And it was the worst. Don't get me wrong. I love my cousins to death, but them 3 years I spent in West Philly, I hated it. Like I swear, everybody else could do whatever they want, say whatever they want, treat however they want, curse each other out. But soon as Damien do something, it's World War III. And I'm like, I'm motherfucking grown. At the end of the goddamn day, None of y'all is my mom in this house. None of y'all is my father in this house. I respect my aunt. I respect my uncle. But as for the rest of y'all, fuck y'all. And y'all not going to talk to me however the fuck y'all want to. But then want to be the main one asking me for favors. It was damn worse. Um, between nonstop arguing with my cousins and all types of other stuff, my health was the worst. I kept having asthma problems, not being able to breathe, still having to go to stores and go places and go here and there. I done lost my medical card. Um, so it got to a point where I could barely go to the pharmacy and get my medicine, and I would go to emergency room, and they would prescribe me with like inhalers and stuff like that. And majority of the time, I couldn't ever go to the pharmacy. They like even if I did have a couple of dollars, I would have to pay out of pocket to get my medicine and stuff because I didn't have my medical card. And then since I used to live in West Philly when I was very young and I was born and raised in West Philly, I had to use old medical records in order to be able to do certain stuff. It was crazy because to be honest, I don't know where it was coming from. All I know is it was, I think it was fluid building up in my body. I was gaining a lot of weight, eating the wrong food when I was eating, drinking the wrong stuff, then following after my cousins and them. Although I'm not a smoker, I was back on Black and Miles. They used to have the little hookah outside. I was on that too. Um, eating edibles, drinking henny and whatever else they was drinking. I just ain't care. Mm, the music was playing. My uncle had this big speaker that they used to use and plug their phones up to, and we'd just be on the porch or inside the house dancing for hours. And I see them on the porch doing their stuff, and I'll be wondering what they drinking because they be looking good, and I'll be like, "Oh, can I have some?" Yep. Then y'all know West Philly is West Philly, so everybody be out there doing a number of things. You just never know. I heard about edibles, but I never tried them until certain people had candy. So I just wanted to know what the hell was did it taste like and why was everybody trying it? Like who wants candy with weed in it? And I mean, I heard of people eating brownies and cookies and stuff with weed in it, but it was nasty. It was nasty. Um, but yeah, I think the most part that I hate about West Philly is, like I said in previous videos, I didn't want to be in West Philly because it just seemed like in the area that I was in, everybody is nosy. Everybody act like they your friend. Everybody want to know everybody's business. It was too much fighting. People that don't even live on the block was causing too much drama. Men putting their hands on women. Uh, People outside just fighting almost every day. Barely anybody get along. It was just too much for me, and I done had enough on Belly Street. So to leave from Belly Street and then move to West Philly, I'm like, oh hell no, I can't do this. It's too much stuff going on, and my life is not about to be put in jeopardy being at a place that I didn't want to be at in the first place. It's crazy because when I left North Philly, that block, like, it was just crazy because I felt a lot more comfortable before I left Belly Street than I ever did living in that neighborhood. I mean, plenty of things happen. Some I choose not to speak on, but plenty of things happen, and it just got to the point where I just got to the point where I felt a little bit more comfortable because majority of people, everybody was getting older. Some people then moved out the neighborhood. Some people ain't had no reason. I mean, had much of a reason to really be in there as much as they used to be in the neighborhood. Everybody was just doing their own thing. I don't know what Belly Street is like now. My sister, she used to be telling me stuff that happened on the block or stuff that happened in the neighborhood, but I just got to the point where it's like once I left that area, I didn't care. Um, but yeah, I hated West Philly. My aunt, she had this friend who used to live next. Well, I think she still live here, but she lived next door. And when I first started going in that neighborhood, um, majority of the time I'll be sitting on the porch of my aunt and my cousins and stuff like that. So everybody was wondering who I was. And I'm very antisocial. I don't fuck with everybody. I don't. I don't care if you know my cousin, you chill my aunt, my uncle, whoever. I mean, I'm not quickly about to be your friend. I don't trust everybody because motherfuckers will smile in your face, and then next thing you know, you'll have to fight them. So I really ain't want to talk to nobody. But for some reason, being in that neighborhood, people just don't know how to take no for answers. So you'll end up eventually talking to people, and then with some people in the neighborhood doing lift and giving my aunt and my cousins rides here and there. So now I'm talking to them or being around them. Like it was just a lot. But it started off with this one lady that lived next door to my aunt, and it took me a while to be comfortable to even speak to her because, like I said, I don't trust people. I don't care if we do the same thing and or I don't care. But after a while, like it took a while for me to finally be comfortable to speak to her and whatever the case may be. But there be days where I'll wear something and I didn't notice it or pay much attention to it at first until my cousin started saying stuff like, I'm noticing her staring at you and she always commenting on and whatever you wear and shit like that. And it's starting to get on my nerves. But I'm looking at it like, I'm not paying that bitch no mind because at the end of the day, I'm grown and I don't give a fuck who like what I wear. I'll do what the fuck I want. If it's 90 degrees and I decide to come outside with a hoodie, so be it. If one day somebody might see me with blonde hair, red hair, or a wig on, so be it. If they catch me on this porch shaking my ass while y'all got the music playing, so be it. I don't care. Cause if anybody want to pop off, oh trust and believe, I got plenty of people to call. And y'all really don't want me to call my older brother because if I call him and he hear me crying and snapping out and screaming, oh trust and believe. That's all I'ma say. But it got to the point where like I'm getting older, so I'm not about to be wasting my time calling people and putting them in situations where I personally feel like it's not there worth it. I could just let people say whatever they want, do whatever they want, as long as y'all don't try to put your hands on me or bring any harm towards me. And I don't care what y'all say or do. I really don't. Um, but yeah, but the lady next door is like, 1 minute you all in my face trying to speak to me, and I'm nice enough to speak to you, and then next thing you know, it's like I'll be wearing a certain hat, or I'll wear a hoodie and it's hot outside, or I'll wear a certain outfit, or I'll be doing something. And like I said at first, I wasn't paying much attention to her comments or whatever because I took it as she just joking. But then when my cousin started noticing it, and it became more often, I'm like, this bitch is like, you starting to get on my motherfucking nerves. And then like, it's to the point where I don't ever want to talk to you. Cause I ain't with that flip floppy shit, bitch. Don't sit here and think just because I speak to you and you call my aunt that now you can start saying certain stuff and I'm not going to take offense to it. Cause bitch, you might be cool, my aunt, but oh, trust and believe, I got a sister that's about the same size as you. My cousins, numb all they want to do is talk, bitch. If I get mad, I want to see a fight. Um, then there was this another lady, and she got on my nerves because she was a bit older than my aunt. So my aunt felt like she owed her a little bit more respect because she's more older. I'm the type of person where I don't give a fuck how old you are. You have to give respect again. If I don't feel respected, I don't give a fuck how old you are. I'm gonna let you know that I don't feel respected. And the same disrespect you gave me, I'm gonna give you. So I already was getting irritated because every time she came around and her and my aunt hung out, my aunt be trying to make us clean up and straighten up and make sure everything look good and we can't curse around her and we can't say certain stuff around her when she around. And I'm like, I don't know who the hell she thinks she is. I'm motherfucking grown. I can say whatever the hell I want. I curse around every damn it. I'm an adult myself and I curse around every damn adult on this damn block. I've been cursing this house. I'm not about to damn change my vocabulary over this woman that I don't even know and don't even care for. Who the hell she thinks she is? She's not my mama. She's not my grandmama. She ain't my great grandmother. She ain't nothing important to me. So she gonna get the same vibes as everybody else on this block get. You over here talk about some you. I mean, she don't want certain people cursing around her and shit like that, but she out here listening to R. Kelly. Make it make sense. So one time, I was already irritated because I had to go to a store that I didn't feel comfortable going to by myself for my aunt because of the area that it was in, and nobody wanted to walk me. I ended up having to beg one of my little cousins to walk me because she wanted me to walk her to the store. So I said, if you want me to walk you to the store, you might as well come on now and walk me to where I have to go for my aunt. And then as we heading back to the house, I could walk you to the store. So as we coming back, it's hot as hell. I gotta pee. My asthma is bothering me, and this friend, well, this lady who ended up being my aunt friend, I mean, she ain't there to say, oh yeah, I got some stuff for your aunt. Can you come? Can you come? Take it to her, whatever the case may be. She ended up talking to me like I was a damn child. So I said, how about you tell her somebody else to do it? I guess she got her feelings and she ended up calling my aunt, telling my aunt what I said. So me and my aunt got into it, and I didn't care because I'm like, at the end of the day, I don't care what y'all do, but that bitch ain't going to think she could just talk to me any way the fuck she want. And then I'm just supposed to act like I'm a goddamn child when I'm not. Like I said, I don't give a fuck who's on this block. I mean, if you're not respecting me, I'm not going to respect you. I don't owe nobody nothing on that damn block. I don't even hang with y'all like that. The most I do is if my aunt or my cousins or people that I knew and grew up with that pop up every now and then, if they on this porch, I come outside and hang with them. Or sometimes like early in the morning, while everybody's asleep, I would go sit on the porch with my laptop and my phone until people start waking up. But other than that, I really ain't care for that block. It's to the point where I've seen certain people pop up after the damn funeral and I ain't never speak to them. I let y'all walk right past. Um, to be honest, when it came to that block, the most I talked to was not really anybody. I mean, my aunt had this friend named Jesse who dated this guy that lived across the street. I'll speak to her. It was a few times that she got on my nerves, but other than that, she was cool, and I'll speak to her every now and then. Or if I seen her, I'll wave. She's just some crazy Puerto Rican lady. Um, But yeah, I speak to her every now and then. Then there was this one guy that lived across the street that used to do live for my aunt. Like when she needed to go places, he'd take my aunt or my cousin or whoever certain places, and I'd rob them every now and then. He ain't really caused no problems. I ain't really had no issues with him. I just wasn't comfortable enough to ride in the car by myself with him. But other than that, I ain't really had no issues with him or his family. Um, but yeah, it was just crazy. Like it was just a lot going on, and I really ain't feel comfortable at all. Um, and then what made it worse is the fact that I wasn't working. I ain't really had no money to my name. And then when I did have money, the whole PUA and whatever, I really couldn't do shit because everything was pretty much closed. Yeah, everything was pretty much closed due to COVID and stuff. So we was lucky that we was able to go to places like Atlanta and do certain stuff. But like when it came to like making doctor appointments and stuff like that, I didn't know where to go. So I self medicated. Yeah. That's pretty much what I did. I self medicated. If I had a headache, I'd get some Tylenol or something. I drink like hot tea with lemon mucinex and stuff like that. But yeah, I self medicated. And then once I did what I did, I started to feel better. So I'm like, all right, it ain't no point in going to the doctors or calling the emergency room or anything like that because I done took some medicine. Now I feel better. And my aunt and them, they had a tea kettle, and my cousin, she used to boil water because she didn't want to drink from out the kitchen sink or anything like that. Unless my aunt and them went shopping, they get cases of water, and we'd just pour the water out the bottles in the tea kettle or whatever to boil it or whatever. But yeah, other than that, that's what I used to do. But I think like when I had money, yeah, I could get medicine whenever I wanted. But once the PUA and stuff was over, uh, it's like now you on your own. You ain't always got the money. Nobody really got the medicine that you need. So now I end up having to go back and forth, call the ambulance, go to the emergency room, and it just got to the point where I felt like I kept having to go to the emergency room back and back, and I ain't wanted to be to the point where so After 3 years of living in West Philly, three